information, go to sayit.co.uk.
On 104.9 FM in London, online, on your mobile, and across the UK on digital radio. This is Radio X News.
Just after 7 o'clock, here's Dominic Byrne.
From Global's newsroom, in the past few minutes, we've heard David Bowie has died. He was 69 years old and had been suffering from cancer. Here's Radio X's Simon Conway.
On the singer's Twitter and Facebook pages, which says David Bowie died peacefully today, surrounded by his family after a courageous 18-month battle with cancer. The message continues: while many of you will share in his loss, we ask that you respect the family's privacy during their time of grief. David Bowie celebrated his 69th birthday just last week, releasing a new album called Black Star, his 25th studio release.
And we'll bring you more on that story throughout the morning on Radio X. In other news, the Prime Minister is announcing an extra £1 billion of investment in mental health services across England. It'll include support for new mums suffering from postnatal depression, as well as teenagers with eating disorders. But Lucy Russell from the charity Young Minds is worried the extra funding doesn't go far enough.
There's lots of young people with a range of mental health problems that still aren't getting what they need. And I think the question about this is, does this mean anyone with an eating disorder will get help as soon as possible, because mental health services are in crisis?
The partner of murdered ex-EastEnders actress Cyan Blake is expected to appear in court in Ghana later. The bodies of her and her two sons were found in southeast London last week. Arthur Simpson Kent was arrested on a beach on Saturday. There's been a big rise in the number of crimes reported after people have used apps like Tinder and Grindr. They include rapes, grooming and attempted murder. Last year there were more than 400 complaints to police. That's up from 55 in 2013.
Sport.
The big upset in the FA Cup yesterday came at League Two side Oxford United. They beat Premier League team Swansea 3-2. Tottenham and Leicester will meet again following a 2-2 draw at White Hart Lane. The draw for the fourth round will be made tonight. And Lionel Messi goes for an unprecedented fifth Ballon d'Or this evening. He's up against his Barcelona teammate Neymar, as well as Real Madrid's Cristiano Ronaldo. And a reminder of the breaking news on Radio X this morning. David Bowie has died at the age of 69. A statement says he passed away yesterday, surrounded by his family. He'd been battling cancer for the past 18 months.
Weather.
Sunny spells and scattered showers, the rain mostly clearing in southern England and Wales throughout the morning. Cold in the north. The rain could turn to sleet and snow in places with highs of 9 degrees. From Global's newsroom for Radio X, I'm Dominic Byrne.
Oh, man, how depressing. The David Bowie thing is just so sad, isn't it?
It's shocking, isn't it?
And so all there is, seemingly, is that statement.
That's all there is at the moment, yeah. Yeah. The statement is he died peacefully today, which was yesterday, January the 10th, surrounded by his family after a courageous 18-month battle with cancer. And they say, while many of you will share in this loss, we ask that you respect the family's privacy during their time of grief.
69. It's like nothing, is it? And he looked, well, I thought he always looked great. Other than the Ziggy Stardust thing, that was always a bit ropey, but you know what I mean? This is like this, people like David Bowie shouldn't die. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's just, wow. And, you know, I do a radio show, I've got to talk about it. I really particularly know what to say. Apart from it, it's just really, really sad. So if you just switched on, that's the sad news that we've got this morning, that David Bowie has passed away at the age of 69. So why do we play 2 David Bowie songs?
Yeah.
Because that's what we should do. David Bowie, gotta love you.
It's a god-awful small affair.
2 masterpieces as far as I'm concerned. Heroes, and then Life on Mars before that, which is one of my favourites, which I just love. I just think it's a perfection of a track. If you just woken up, we're going to have to keep doing this link a lot, because obviously breakfast radio, people wake up at different times and put the radio on at different times. The sad news that we just heard at 7 o'clock, David Bowie has passed away. He's died at the age of 69. He was battling cancer for the last 18 months. He died peacefully in his sleep with his family around him, and that's all that they've put out, and that's all they need to put out, quite frankly. And everyone else will commentate on it and talk about it, and they'll show clips on the news and And people who listen to the music, and that's it. There's not really much else to say. And I'm getting a lot of tweets and comments from people saying, loving a bit of David Bowie, R.I.P. Can we have Bowie music all morning? Very sad to hear the news. Another British music icon has gone. I mean, this is our first live show back. We've not even talked about Lemmy, who died while we were away. And also Brad from the Specials, who was a drummer in the Specials, whose funeral's today, who I talked about on this show before. I met Brad in my local pub a few years ago, and he told me he was the drummer in the Specials. And I went, did you do the drumming? Did you play the drums on Too Much Too Young? And he went, yeah. I went, oh, that's one of the best drum intros ever. And he looked at me, he was like trying to suss me out, and he goes, what other drum intros do you like? And I went, well, what, drum intros to songs? Like, I don't know, the Isley Brothers, This Old Heart of Mine. And he went, I like that. That's a good intro. And then proceeded to teach me how to do the drum intro to Too Much Too Young on the side of the bar. And he went, no, it's not that. Brad, that's what I just did. He goes, no. This went on for half an hour. It was a lock-in. And I saw him just before Christmas. Anyway, he passed away, sadly. And I tell you who else died as well. Guru Josh died.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Remember that dude?
Yeah.
Infinity.
Who's ironically, his biggest hit was Infinity. 1990s, Time for Guru. He died as well. And now the sad, awful news that David Bowie has passed away. So, man, it's just so grim. I know people die every day, and God love you if you've lost anybody recently. It's just sad, but that's just part of life, and it's crappy, and there's not really a lot you can do or say about it. But he was only 69. Oh, look, Paul Gambaccini's on Sky News already. Well, of course he is. Will that guy? That dude will be busy. He's never been so busy, Paul Gambaccini, with all these people going. God, can somebody ring Paul Gambaccini up and get him to quote about somebody whose birthday it is, or someone celebrating something? They just wheel him out every time somebody dies. So, yeah. I don't really know what else to do now. So we'll carry on. We'll do the show, and every so often we'll talk about David Bowie, and we'll probably play loads of songs from him this morning. But we'll crack on with it. People have got to get up. People want to go to work and be happy. It's a miserable day out in London today. It's raining, so I'd imagine it's pretty crappy weather around the rest of the UK as well. Oh, happy days, everyone. Happy Monday, everybody. Okay, it's 7:17. Shall we take a break?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. What shall I drop? Let me drop these two songs here. Let me move this song here. All right, back after this.
Radio X. The Chris Moyles Show.
With Priority. Get Priority tickets to thousands of gigs just for being on O2.